On Daf 73 of Pesachim, we asked the question, what happens in a certain case when a person takes an animal that they intend to be a guilt offering? They want to make atonement for something. So they designate this particular animal they're going to bring as an offering in atonement. And then the person dies. So they can no longer bring the offering. You can't bring an offering to atone for somebody who's no longer there. But at the same time, you can't just say, okay, it's no longer an offering. You've already designated it. You've already said this is going to be for the temple, but it can no longer fill its purpose. It can't just go for an offering of a different person. It was designated to be this person's offering for this purpose. So what do you do with it? And the response is that because it's still fit to be offered, and yet we can't actually offer it, just let it go graze. Sooner or later, this thing is going to develop a blemish on its own. It's going to have something that happens to it that will make it unfit to be an offering. So as long as it's fit, you can't use it for anything else. Let it go graze. Let it develop a blemish so it becomes unfit. At that point, it can be sold, and the money can be used to buy a different offering for a different purpose because its purpose has been filled, and that one, once it becomes invalid, then it kind of goes out of that whole question. If it could be sold, it could be eaten by a normal person. That's kind of a whole switch. You don't want to fully remove the designation of something. It's been designated. You're going to leave it that way. So you allow it to become invalid on its own. Never would you invalidate it on it by yourself intentionally. You wouldn't take a knife and make an injury that would make it invalid, but you allow it to develop it on its own. So therefore, it falls out of that category of being designated for an offering.